Okay, let's begin. I am Lanice Antoine Shelley, and I'll be your host through constructive, healing-based conversations designed to illuminate the adoptee, parents, and the adoption curious. We center the topics around community, mentorship, leadership, and healing, so you get a multi-dimensional view that is ultimately empowering. These are the voices who could not speak when they were young. Hey y'all, if you've seen me on Instagram, I'm in my summer glow phase and I am unapologetic about it. My hair is luscious. Fun fact, I didn't start properly treating and doing my own hair until I was a grown adult because like many Black adoptees, no one showed me how to do my own hair. And because I love you all so much, I'm going to share with you my hair secret. I'm always on the lookout for things you'd love and things that will enhance your well-being inside and out. We Unique Cosmetics sent me their Moisture Lock pomade and scalp and hair therapy oil from their Metamorphosis line, and it's so decadent, light, and nourishing, fam. This has become a hair routine staple. It has a soft lemongrass scent that people comment on when I walk by or when they're doing my hair because now I have boho locks. They also sent me a 15% discount link for you to try their products and hair tutorial service. And Unique Cosmetics is Black owned and operated by a mother and daughter duo dedicated to helping the adoptee community. Check out the link in the show notes. And this is for all ages, fam. So tell your friends. So come on, embark on a hair-loving journey with We Unique World. From interactive workshops to premium products, they're all about empowering you to embrace your unique hair journey. Because remember, all hair is good hair, especially when it's healthy. Hello, brave friends. I am Lanice Antoine Shelley, and I will be your host for When They Were Young, amplifying voices of adoptees. We'll engage with adoptees from all over the world. Therapists, psychologists, CEOs, coaches, innovative leaders, and wise friends on navigating the complex nature of adoption. I will give you tools along with teachings to spur new conversations, ignite new habits, introduce you to modalities of healing, and feel nourished by the simple truth of you are not alone. I am an adoptee too. I am learning with you, educating and amplifying the voices who could not speak when they were young. Happy New Year, fam. We've made it. How do you feel? How is your heart? I am recovering from a bit of bronchitis. I had this cough for a month and I couldn't shake it with my potions and elixirs. And as you can imagine, no doctor wanted to see me for fear it's COVID. I was finally able to call an urgent care center and the doctor got on the phone. He was so sweet and understanding. He right then and there sent me a prescription. Oh, bless him. If I could sum up this past year into one word, I'd call it fear. Everyone running for the hills for various reasons, some of which are absolutely understandable. Others are in response to the collective anxiety. But we have to remember that life is still happening. There are still dreams to strive for and people to fall in love with and causes to serve. I've witnessed many friends shut themselves off emotionally or physically because of fear. I think it's time to make a pivot. I start rehearsals for the play I wrote called Pretended on Monday, and I am also directing it. I could literally burst from excitement. I created more this year than I ever have before. I know it was because of my back being against the wall like so many people, and I thought to myself, I have degrees in all of these things and I'm only kinda doing one of them. It is time to monetize all the gifts. It's amazing to think how a PSA for the U.S. Foundation for the Children of Haiti and Interracial Adoptee Panel have led me to this moment of closing out the first season of my podcast. I don't even recognize myself. After this episode, I'm going to take a break from uploading content, but will continue to interview people and engage with you on Instagram. You can now subscribe on my website, and I'll send you exciting news of what's next on the horizon. Today, it's just me, because I want to ease through this transition into the new year slowly and gently. It's been a full life, and I think a little processing will do us all some good. But I will be back with so much more in a few months. Before I go, I want to share with you a few things. These podcasts and books have really broken down ways for me to be productive, grounded, and accomplish the things I set out to do. As I've said before, I'm a work in progress, and I refer back to these books and podcasts all the time to get me back on track. I'll include the links in the show notes below. I first want to recommend you listen to the podcast Don't Keep Your Day Job with Cathy. Her book and podcast have been instrumental in helping me launch this podcast and distill what my goals are and how to execute them. Her motto is, the absence of depression isn't happiness, it's purpose. When we are drained of a sense of purpose, we feel listless and adrift. I think the whole world felt that this year. A lot of times we don't even know how to begin the goals or Etsy store or start our own business. We have no idea how to put the first step forward. This podcast will give you the tools to finally get it done. The second book I'll recommend is Codependent No More by Beattie. I've always thought of codependency as someone who was dependent on someone else. I was wrong. It is a term necessitated by the need to call those who've experienced relationships with people who were alcoholics or substance abusers. It's since broadened to include people who've been abandoned, neglected, emotionally abused, or financially abused, and have a severe need to people please for fear of not being loved. Ring any bells? This past year, I've started healing my codependency, which meant I stopped giving too much of myself to people who have not earned it, to people who will not reciprocate or show appreciation for my generosity, which was stemmed from my subconscious need to have to prove my worth. I stopped giving recklessly of my resources, emotion, and time. I started setting boundaries. It's a toxic cycle and it needs healing too. If you are an adoptee, you more than likely have the codependent trait. The last book I want to leave you with is Honoring the Self, Self-Esteem and Personal Transformation by Nathaniel Branden. I love this book. This breaks down the differences between high and low self-esteem. The answers will shock you, my friends. Know that you attract people of the same self-esteem. It reads, self-esteem is the reputation we acquire with ourselves. Everything you do, the people you consort with, your ability to commit and follow through, the promises you do or don't keep, is a mark of where your self-esteem resides. Of course, things happen in our lives that cause it to oscillate a little bit. It is our fixed value system that regulates it back to high or low. This is something else that I am actively healing within myself. If you want more books, go to my website, laniceantoineshelley.com. You know I have many more to share, but those 3 alone can fill the coming year. If you miss me, you can always listen to previous episodes or find me on Instagram at Young Adoptee. I'll still be playing on the social medias. There is more to come, my friends, and it will illuminate you. People send me notes or ask me how they can support the podcast. And honestly, writing an iTunes review is the greatest thing you can do right now. It puts this podcast on top of the search list, and we want more to find us. Rabbi David Aaron, who was one of the amazing guests on Don't Keep Your Day Job, presented this question: what problem do you want to solve in the world? Your purpose is in service. to the helping to fix what is broken inside of you and around you. What problem do you want to solve in the world? Go for it, and do it with courage, my love. Another beautiful episode. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to my guest today. If you liked this episode, the best way to support me and this work is to write an iTunes review, a 5-star review. This helps us reach the top of searches and helps more people to find us. And if you personally want to connect, please reach out on Instagram or Facebook. And I have some great resource material on my website at laniceantoineshelley.com. So go on over there too. Until next we meet, go gently and have courage, my love.